Good morning, everybody. This is Trooper Steve on patrol on a Monday. I am barely with you guys right now. I'm losing my voice. But we have a newcomer to News 6, and the tradition now with Results 1 is we have a fun, candid introduction interview now. She's been with us for 2 weeks now already almost?
Yeah.
So ladies and gentlemen, welcoming to the truck, Angie Quezada in the house. Angie, thank you for hopping in with me.
Absolutely. I'm so excited.
Welcome to News 6. I'm not going to say welcome to Central Florida.
Yeah.
Because you're
this is
from
home.
here.
Exactly.
So where's home?
So home, I grew up, I'm originally from Connecticut.
Okay.
But I moved to Florida when I was 13.
All
so
right.
Volusia County.
So you've warmed up.
I did.
Okay.
Yeah. Volusia County, Deltona to be exact.
So how do you go from Connecticut
Yeah.
to, and I'm not talking smack, y'all,
You're good.
to Deltona?
Yeah. So definitely.
And you're Latina.
I am.
So Deltona is just recently increasing their Hispanic population.
Deltona's been Del Rico for so long now.
Del Rico.
Yeah, that was like the nickname back in the day.
See, when I lived in Point Siena, it'd be Point Rica.
Yeah,
because a lot of Hispanics come over from that area.
Uh-huh.
So how go from Connecticut to Deltona? Talk to me about that.
So my parents, when they came from Dominican Republic, they moved to New York.
Okay.
And then after mom got a good job, they upgraded, moved to Connecticut. They had me and my little brother.
Okay.
And then the crazy thing about it, I think it was probably like black ice that did it for my dad.
Oh, no
but
thanks.
Yeah, driving on the highways up north, you know, it's real. So he was like, guys, we're moving to Disney World. And I've never been to Disney World.
You're like, sure, let's do it.
But see, actually, I was against it. I was like, what? I'm like, I've never even been.
Okay. So you've never been to the theme park and we're going to the state?
Correct. I've never even been to the state.
Okay.
So he was like, well, let's go check it out. You can come with me while I look at houses and cities. And he literally worked his way up from Miami all the way up to Central Florida. So we were looking at all these different places, and he fell in love with Deltona. He thought that it was amazing that the beach wasn't too far away, and the city of Orlando wasn't far either.
And you just weren't like right in the middle of the mess.
Correct. And then you know, he liked the land, and he found a beautiful home, and
that's a wrap.
He was like, listen, this is it. And mom was like, you're insane. And then she ended up falling in love with Deltona. So we ended up moving to Deltona.
Yeah. Deltona is highly residential. It's just a residential town.
Very much so.
You don't find, it's not like, hey, I'm going to go to Deltona because this is there.
Yeah.
No, you go to Deltona because you live there.
Exactly. But it's booming now. There's a lot of construction.
Yes.
I'm really proud since I've been back. I'm like, things are expanding and growing. Like,
you even have a Hispanic like city councilwoman, I think, up there.
Yeah.
There was at one point.
Yep.
All right. So you are a journalist with us. Talk to me a little bit. So you graduated high school here in Florida?
I did. Pine Ridge High. Go Panthers.
All right, Panthers.
Yeah.
And then you went to school.
I did.
Where'd you go to school at?
Southeastern University in Lakeland, Florida.
Lakeland. Did you want to be a reporter?
No.
How walk me through that a little bit.
Okay, so I was originally pre-law.
Okay.
And wanted to be a corporate lawyer. I was like,
I have a friend that you were mocking the exact same thing. She went to law school and now she's a journalist in Miami.
Stop. You see?
Yeah.
And I was like in macroeconomics though one morning, and I was like, this is not going to be for me. I don't know. It just hit me, and I was like, I just can't do it.
You're like, okay.
And I was undecided. You know, parents' worst nightmare. And I was playing college basketball at the time. Okay. So someone had asked, they said, listen, we have like this weekly chapel service, and we do like a news thing where we're looking for someone to do like the sports update of the week. So we talk about like what upcoming games are happening, what's like, you know, a review of like the baseball game last week or whatever. And they were like, would you be interested? And at the time, I've never stepped into a studio before, let alone, you know, talked on a camera like that.
Right.
And I was like, sure. I'm like, I just got to talk about sports. And they're like, yeah. I'm like, all right, cool. I do that anyways. So went to the studio and fell in love from the smell, the lights, like the editing, the creativity. Yeah, heavy.
Okay.
Heavy.
So then did you decide, okay, maybe I need to shift and try something out?
Oh, for sure. And then I prayed about it, big on my faith,
Amen.
and felt like, you know, it was just, everything was falling into place when it came to like getting into media. So I thought, okay, I'm going to do sports reporting. And I was all in for sports reporting. And what else? Let's see. I ended up doing my internship at CNN.
Interesting.
And it was really bad though, because I was part of the two main Spanish shows that they have in the morning.
Okay.
And then afterwards, like after hours, I would head to like NBA TV and like try to like, you know, learn as much as I can.
Right.
And then when I was coming out of college, the only job, applying everywhere, just everywhere, a news director from Mississippi was like, hey, I just filled my sports position, but I have this new, like this weekend anchor position that's available, and you would report throughout the week, and you can like fill in, you know,
that
whenever
was
you need
your first gig? I say that like I had to start and work up the ranks, but I'm like, as I said that, I go, Steve,
your
shut up.
story's different.
My story's so different.
Yeah.
So your first gig in news was a weekend anchor.
Correct. But I was like in the middle of nowhere. I was in the Delta, Mississippi Delta. Love them though.
Of course. You gotta have your love for your crew.
Yeah.
So you enjoyed that.
Yeah.
How long were you there?
So I was there for 2.5 years. I actually did that for, I did a little less than 2 years because we ended up getting bought out.
Okay.
I ended up leaving that contract. I was actually doing radio at the same time.
Okay.
Since I worked for a private company, they were open with the fact that I can work in radio as well, as long as I had a different identity. So instead of going by Angie Quezada, I went by Angie Q. Not too different.
Okay.
But I was actually the midday personality for their hip hop and R&B station.
I've told her since Go Ready, guys, her voice. Are you kidding me?
Stop.
Like I want her to record like
crazy.
little sweet nothings so I can listen to her and fall asleep.
Affirmations for Steve.
Yeah, just
I need to do that
affirmations
for
for Steve. I love that because you report, but you have such a smooth tone to it.
I appreciate
So I can
that.
get the R&B kind of DJ.
Yeah,
going
definitely.
On. All right.
And I'm a big hip hop head, so it was like super fitting. And then when I was leaving the TV station, the owner for the radio network was like, hey, I really want to build a news department. And I was like, let's do it. Because I already had like the connections. I had the knowledge from the ground up. I'm talking about I even painted my newsroom with a paintbrush.
Wow.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Not many people could say that.
Yeah, it was nuts in the middle of nowhere. But I ended up doing that. So I became the news director there. But I was still doing like, you know, the voice recordings and stuff. And voiceover work for like a local casino. And from there, yeah, that was probably like my biggest, believe it or not, when I was working in the radio station, that was one of my biggest stories that I covered that went like viral.
Okay.
And it was actually during the presidential election between Trump and Clinton.
Interesting.
And so I was in the Mississippi Delta, which is heavily populated with African Americans. There was a century-old church that was there.
Wow, so very historic town.
Very historic, extremely historic. And there was a church that was burned down in the it was like at 3 o'clock in the morning. And after it was burnt down, someone tagged with spray paint, "Vote Trump." So that literally caught like wildfire.
Oh
like
my
everybody.
gosh.
And I was just, a cop had called me. And I ended up going out there with my little PT Cruiser, took pictures, and my first thought was, I'm going to post this to our website, our Facebook, our social media, and it just picked up. I didn't think it would go as viral as it did, but it did.
It's just sad that people take their political views to that sort of extreme.
Yeah.
When at the end of the day, it's like, everyone has their own views. As long as we get together, we can cooperate on a local level.
Correct.
I was even talking that with Bridget and Crystal this morning. I go, people are so hyped on this big level.
Yeah.
But you don't even know your county commissioners' names.
That's a fact.
I don't even want to hear you.
Come on.
Like,
talk to them.
Because they're going to affect you more than any of these other crazies are going to do. So,
very true.
So when you talk to me a little, how'd you get here?
Yeah.
Because I have a friend who is also one of your friends that I don't know if you know that we have a friend in radio. Her name is Jen Lopez.
My love.
So
I love Jen.
I found out you were coming here from her.
No way.
And she's like,
Jen.
And she's like, so I hear this girl Angie's coming.
I'm dead.
And I don't know who this is. So I started Googling. So if you're trying to get a job here at News 6, just to let you guys know, I'm on that camera, sorry. Just to let you guys know, I will Google your name the second you hit our email. So I looked you up, and then Ezzy's like, this is our girl. It's going to work out. So talk to me a little bit your journey, because you did tell me you took a break, a little bit of a break.
Yeah. Because
you
with
are
TV,
a mom.
I am a mom.
A very proud mom.
I am. My baby's my everything.
So talk to me a little bit
daughter.
about that, your break in news and stuff like that.
For sure. So, like, my little one, she just turned 3. Unfortunately, she's had some delays when it comes to speech and everything like that. So we've been trying to navigate that to the best of our ability. She's actually getting set to be tested to see, or evaluated to see if she's on the spectrum.
Okay.
Kind of felt like finding Nemo in a big ocean when it came to all of this.
Right.
So I'm still learning as I go. So with that though, it requires a village, right? And when I was out in North Carolina,
you're kind of by yourself.
Exactly. So it's like my entire family's here, or they're in Connecticut. My little brother's in Atlanta. But I was like, man, I would love to be around family, and I want her to experience what I had growing up, which was being around cousins, being around aunts and uncles.
Being able to see grandpa and grandma.
You know what I mean? Sunday dinners. Like, it was a whole thing. So the goal was always to come back to Florida.
Okay.
Always. Always been very vocal about that. And then, of course, with television, it's very like, you can't just jump at any opportunity.
No.
You have to kind of like see what's the best fit. So
almost like put your board up on the wall and start connecting things to see how you want it to work.
Yeah. So when the opportunity came where I could come back home, I took it. And then in the meantime, I was, even though I have amazing family members and my parents are phenomenal, and they're like, Angie, just relax, take a break. Like, it doesn't really work like that. I mean, they're amazingly supportive, but I ended up getting a marketing job as a marketing manager for Kairos Prison Ministry.
Wow.
And they're a massive international.
Your faith,
correct,
and then helping people who need the help.
Exactly. And I'm really passionate, Steve, about like 3 different areas. It's people that are coming out of incarceration,
love it,
kids that are aging out of foster care, and then our vets. Like, that's like my 3 like hitters right there.
That we're gonna get along with Angie.
We're gonna
see her more in this.
Yeah. So that's like my 3 big things. So like, when I had the opportunity, I had no idea. I've heard of Kairos when I was in Mississippi because of their involvement with Parchman, which is a big prison out there.
Okay.
So we did some stories with them because they just do amazing work. And I had no idea that the headquarters was based out of Volusia County, Florida, where I grew up. So when they had that opening, I was like, oh my gosh, this is like a perfect transition.
I'm surprised you didn't end up working for Sheriff Chitwood.
Right?
My goodness.
So he's a character. I love that, watching his videos.
Definitely.
But he, so when I got that job, it was amazing because it was perfectly fitting, and yeah, it was just amazing. I was able to use my like journalistic aspect to tell these stories and just really elevate their brand, and I'm still in an amazing relationship with them. So
good. So how'd this come up?
Yeah, so then,
because for me, my journey's weird. I got literally headhunted by our news director, Allison.
Yeah.
So the application process, I don't know how to do it. But with you guys, I know that he's
one of the lucky ones.
Yeah, it's kind of ruthless, right?
No, it's crazy.
With you guys, it gets advertised. Suddenly, everyone and their mom applies.
Absolutely.
Because it's Orlando, Florida. Morning reporter with a photog.
Yep.
And there's some positions don't come with a photographer.
Sure.
So
for sure.
How'd you catch wind of this gig?
How did I get this? Well, I have an amazing agent.
Okay.
Named Tom Worm. He's
gotta give him some credit.
Yeah,
right?
No, he's been phenomenal. Like, he's been my rock. Just because it's such a big transition, and you're like nervous. You've been in the industry for so long. Like, you want to come home. The dream, even in college, when I did get into broadcasting, I was like, man, I would love to be able to come back and be in Central Florida and like talk about the places that I know or that I grew up with. Or
we live in such a different area. You can't relate it to anywhere.
Yeah.
You can't be like, oh, Orlando's like California. Yeah. No, it's like Atlanta. No, it's just so weird.
Yeah, and so like he was working. I told him, I was like, Tom, if we can get Central Florida, that would be the biggest blessing. And matter of fact, I've been talking to Allison for like the last 2 years.
Wow.
Yeah, like talking to her on and off, just seeing what different positions would work out. And I had something really good going on in North Carolina, so it wasn't like I just wanted to jump right away to the next thing.
Right.
But then, yeah, when I got home and this presented itself, again, my daughter needing a lot of like speech therapy, occupational therapy. We're looking into equine therapy with horses. She does music therapy. Like, I've been like putting her in everything. But that requires a lot of time.
But all the boxes almost got checked for you.
Correct.
Being able to come here.
Oh, yeah. Come here. And then, obviously, my schedule is ideal when it comes to being able to manage and then dedicate after 1 p.m. I can dedicate to therapy sessions and stuff. So it's been the biggest blessing. And it's like perfect. I literally said, I was like, News 6 has like the most authenticity. It just felt so organic.
Well, you fell into our morning show pretty like like you gelled so fast because we don't normally talk about reporters after they leave, but when Ezzy left on such great terms with us.
I
here
know.
at News 6,
I
and
was
she's
so
gonna be doing
nervous.
great things, and you got to shadow with her out in the field.
Yep.
And I remember asking her, "Hey, kind of, what do we get?"
Yeah.
And she's like, "You got nothing to worry about." And she's like, she is
Ezzy.
the morning show, because we do. To your point, we have a very candid, lax team that just wants to have fun in the morning.
Yeah.
We laugh like crazy. We'll make fun of it. You got to watch some of it today.
Oh yeah. It's comedy.
And I think that's what it's for those hours. Heck, you get up earlier than I do. What time? So wake up time. What time does Angie wake up?
I'm crazy though, Steve, because I'm okay. You have to remember, I'm like I'm just okay.
So when you say crazy, like, are you waking up at midnight? Don't tell me you're waking up at midnight.
I am, Steve. So this is the thing, because I had to sleep train. So for like the first 2 weeks, I was like hardcore. Like I'm going to sleep at like 7. I'm waking up at 12.
Oh, now she's not a rookie here at News 6,
now
guys.
what's happening is I'm like
pushing the envelope.
I literally wake up at like 12:30, and then I make my coffee, and that's when I can like put on my face, do my hair, and then by the time I'm done with that, then by like I'm out the door by like 1:30.
Oh my gosh!
I swear I'm not crazy.
See, I get up at 2:30.
1:30. Well then, so I make sure I'm on the highway, because remember, y'all, I'm coming from Deltona.
That's true. So it's what, a 30-minute ride for you?
Yeah, but I don't. And then my friends make fun of me because I drive like a grandma. I drive literally like 64.
No, I'm not. No making fun of Angie. The trooper says that's good. That's good. That's good.
I drive 64 because I like coasting. I listen to like my motivational podcast.
So you don't want to be in a rush?
No, I like cruising, you know? Like,
you got
I'm
vibes,
just
Angie.
And then I like to just listen to my motivational podcast. I get like my worship in. I'm like,
right?
This is the whole vibe.
A little Jesus in the morning.
A little, I'm not gonna lie. I listen to some little hood music by the time I'm rolling into work.
Okay. But you
gotta
that.
You gotta get the energy going.
See, I'll go
flowing,
from like
you know?
a motivational speaker in the morning.
Yeah.
And then I'll get off of I-4 and I've got EDM playing.
Oh, see?
And it's just like,
so you know the vibes.
Let's go kind of thing.
I love it, Steve.
Awesome.
You know it. So that's what I do. And then by the time I'm at, they make fun of me though, the morning team, because they're like, Angie, why are you here this early? And I'm like, well, you know, I'm trying to figure out the system and the flow.
Gosh. Same thing with Candace, Chief Meteorologist Candace Campos.
Yeah.
She's
early
in
bird.
early too.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Candace, but she packs and leaves every morning and gets ready at the building.
Gotcha.
Rather than ready at home. I'm leaving the house ready.
Yeah.
Kind of
Same.
So I had some fun with some of our crew as we're headed back.
Oh dear.
And I have a beautiful list of random questions from members of our morning team. I am going to ask, and they're not hard ones.
Okay.
They're actually really fun, just random questions.
All right, hit me.
So the first, are you a theme park person?
Absolutely. I will wait an hour to be in the front row of the roller coaster.
Okay, so I expect a good answer from this one. What is the most thing you are looking forward to when it comes to Epic Universe?
Oh,
when it comes to that opening, what land are you most looking forward to?
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, Steve. I don't know what lands are gonna be happening.
So that came from our producer Haley,
Okay.
who is our theme park expert.
Okay, tell Haley I'm down for whatever. Though.
So they're gonna have like villains. There's gonna be a Mario Nintendo area.
Okay.
And that's where I'm gonna stop because I don't know much either that's going on there. So
listen, I'm open for all of it.
All of it. Okay.
All of it.
So
I'm
then
not
we'll
picky.
do currently. What is your favorite attraction here in Central Florida?
Ooh, favorite attraction.
And you can even limit it to saying I like Pirates of the Caribbean or something like that. But what's your favorite?
Are we talking theme parks or
sure,
are we talking
whatever.
about anything?
It could be anything.
Okay. So if it's
But it's got to be like an entertainment thing.
Yeah. Honestly, something that's like really like something that me and my family have loved and it just brings such good vibes and like something we look forward to.
Okay.
Is Downtown Disney.
Okay, that's how
Disney
I know
Springs.
You're an original. Because you said Downtown Disney.
I did, didn't I? That's not what it's called anymore.
I say it all the time. It's Disney Springs. But
Disney Springs.
Heck, I still say FGM.
Oh, yeah. See? Okay.
You gotta bring it back a
So
little.
you got it.
All right, so next question.
Okay.
Favorite restaurant?
Oof, I'm a foodie.
Okay.
Anything with seafood, so like a Joe's Crab Shack, anything with shrimp boil and some like smoked sausage and potatoes.
All right, see, I like seafood too.
I love seafood.
All right, that came from our producer in the morning, Kath Lee.
Anything Cajun.
All right, so this one,
Okay.
Marcus is requesting a truth response from this.
Okay.
Your most embarrassing moment on TV.
Oh man. Okay, most embarrassing moment.
On air. That you can recall. It doesn't have to be bad. It could be funny.
Yeah.
But a moment that you're like, oh, maybe mortified.
Oh, well, something that, yeah. I mean, besides the whole fact of I was like 9 months pregnant and like after every other word I couldn't even like catch my breath.
Okay.
Besides that whole journey, I would say it was Thanksgiving. I was with a co-anchor and I was supposed to say a thermometer, like talking about like, you know, getting the temperature of the turkey and all that good stuff. Yeah. But it was literally right before dinner. And so he was talking. It was right before I was supposed to come in. And I'm like looking at the screen and it was just showing this like insane turkey that looked just like, it was a fried turkey and it looked so good. I know I sound so fat right now.
No, this sounds
but
hilarious.
It was so good. And so like, they're like, Angie, like he like taps me. He's like, Angie, you gotta talk. But I was like so hungry looking at this turkey. Yeah, I was focused on the turkey. And then what ended up coming out was like, yeah, and you gotta check your thermometer. And he was like, what? I was like, the thermometer.
Thermometer.
But then I like played it off. I was like, yeah, I was like, sorry y'all, that turkey looked like,
oh no.
you know, I was honest. I was like, the turkey looked amazing and it distracted me.
You've been destined for our morning team and you didn't even know it because I've had moments, I remember one
Thermometer, like what?
I didn't know how to say.
Thermometer, that's what I said. Thermometer.
Thermometer, I like that. One time I said like alpaca. Over something. I was talking, but it was supposed to be a llama.
Oh,
I was like,
man.
I was like, you guys know those alpacas?
You know what I call it though, Steve? It's like video vapor, right? Like it's alive for a few seconds and hopefully nobody records it and then it's gone.
And then it's gone. The video
That's what
vapor.
you hope for.
All right, next question.
Okay.
Go to breakfast order.
Ooh.
So if you could pick your breakfast and it is, what does Angie crave for breakfast?
Yeah. I'm a big, even though it's so not good for me right now because your girl is trying to lose some weight.
Okay, all right.
Love a good like hash brown, well done with like onions, a lot of onions. If there's garlic in there and peppers, even better. Anything that makes my breath stink, I'm a fan of when it comes to cooking.
All right. So you like the seasonings?
Love the seasonings.
Okay.
And then I'm a big bacon girl. Can never go wrong with bacon.
No, you can't.
And I usually do a good scrambled eggs unless it's an omelet. And I get to like crazy, but
including all the fixins there.
Yeah.
I like it.
And I can't do pancakes. For some reason, every time I eat pancakes, I get a stomachache.
My dad hated pancakes.
Really?
I'm talking to a point. Pancakes, waffles, and syrup.
Yeah.
If I presented it, he'd be like, "Get out of my face."
Yeah.
It was so funny.
And you know, Steve, I didn't mention though, but when it comes to like Dominican breakfast, I'm a big plantain. Like I love mango con salchichon, which is like salami, and then queso frito, which is fried cheese. That's like a triple hitter right there.
That's awesome because I look like I'm from Oklahoma, but my mom's Puerto Rican.
Yeah,
so
you are.
I enjoy it. All right, next one. Very creative one from Crystal Moyer.
Okay. Crystal!
What has been a nostalgic moment for you since returning to Florida?
Wow.
I loved this question.
What's
like something since you've been back that you've encountered that you're like, man, I'm glad I'm back because it reminds me of this.
Yeah.
Ooh, on the spot.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's like different aspects, right? So like, I think for sure, like, speaking about things like coming home and like my parents asking me certain questions like that actually matter and impact them, and me knowing like the answer right away because we just covered it that day. Like little things like that have been like, gives me peace, right? My parents are getting older. You being a source. And me being home and finally not being away. Because I've always been like that go-getter that's like been chasing a dream and like traveling and leaving home just to like chase this like career. But now I'm home and it like just makes such a difference when you're like telling stories that like impact not only your community but like my family. And that's, I think that's what's been like so eye-opening for me. Okay. And then it's so cool like when we get to like, they're like, Ange, we're sending you to DeLand or we're sending you to Delton or Orange City, and I'm like, I'm going home. Like, let's do that. Mom, I'm down. Yeah, exactly. It's crazy. Drive by and wave. Take a photo for my Facebook. She would too.
So the final question, and You can't get emotional.
Okay.
Or you can if you want. But I thought this was a beautiful question.
Okay.
By our morning, they call them the MCCs.
Okay.
The manager of content and something. I don't know what it stands for.
Yeah.
Coverage and content, Tara.
Okay.
She is asking.
Oh gosh, Tara.
Tell me your favorite part about being a mom. I saw the eyebrows start twittering right away.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. So what is
why do we get naturally emotional when people ask about moms?
Because I think a dad, I am not a father, but I can only think that being a mother or a father is the most important thing in the world.
Yeah.
And it would trump anything that you've ever done in your life. But if you could picture your little one and the things that you guys have been through and the journeys you're going to go through, what so far is a single thing that you could say is one of the most favorite? You know, it doesn't be the most because everything is amazing. But something that you're like, wow, I never thought this before I was a mom.
Yeah.
Now I look at it this way.
For sure. I would say probably, because I've been through a lot, Steve.
Right.
I've been through a lot. And I think my daughter is like the one thing that I did really, I did right. And, she's, the one thing that, in the midst of, the chaos of my life, this past year has been crazy. And just, in the midst of everything, she's the one thing that can, automatically give me joy or give me purpose or give me, that sense of, that motivation. Or when people ask me, Angie, why are you so positive? Or, Angie, how do you keep going? Or, Angie, how do you have this energy? It literally comes from her. If it wasn't from her, I don't know if I would be back in TV again.
No, it makes sense. It does make sense.
Do you know what I mean?
Because you got to find your motivation through either faith or through purpose.
Yeah.
And I think having...
And she embodies that.
Right. And I think you having the faith base allows you to find the purpose from her.
Yeah.
And I think seeing it, because you already got the... You got a little shiner right there on the side there.
Steve!
And no, I knew when Tara asked this, I was like, that's such a great question.
Oh, yeah.
If this guy backs into the fence, it's going to be the funniest thing in the world as we get back here to News 6. Be like, listen, dude, you're messing us up. You're messing it up. But how old is your little one?
She just turned 3.
I was
it's okay.
To see if I have napkins.
It's
in
all right.
I haven't had
we
a
just
crier.
can't shake hands.
I haven't had a crier in the car.
Yeah, great.
No, we've had some crying in this truck before.
Jeez, Steve.
But purpose, is that going to be the answer?
Oh, for sure.
Having a purpose kind of thing. That's awesome. So as we get back here, what are you looking forward to here at News 6 so far?
Oh my gosh. What do you mean, today or for ever?
I don't know. You've been here now with us 3 full weeks almost?
Yeah, 3 weeks.
Full go. Last week was interesting.
Listen, these past 2 weeks, I feel like I've covered more things as a reporter.
You went from
within my whole career. I'm
all of it.
Every day you don't know what's gonna happen. I'm just extremely excited to be able to not only connect with the community as much as I can, but just I love the family that you guys have here, and it's something that's beautiful to be a part of. You guys really take pride in what we put out, and I think that being a part of a team like this that really cares and really tries to make a difference, we're
trying.
Oh, it's no, and we do though.
Right.
I've witnessed this. I think that's what attracted me the most to the station before even coming here, is that you guys truly do make a difference, and you guys look for the stories that matter, that maybe some people would just look over.
Right by.
Exactly, but you do it because there's impact, and I hope to be able to do the same. I hope to be able to connect with people as much as I can.
So where can the viewers find you? What is your Facebook? What is your Instagram?
Yeah.
Go follow her, please.
Oh, please do.
Is it at Angie?
Angie QTV is Instagram.
Okay.
Very easy, Angie QTV.
Nice.
And then Facebook, guys, I'm actually in the process of creating a new one with the station. So that one's
so that one's coming soon.
Yeah, it's TBA.
Coming soon. Once we get that up and rolling,
I'll put it on my Instagram and push
we'll
it.
Post it. The team will post it all over the place. We'll tag her, all that fun stuff.
That would be good, yeah.
So, ma'am, thank you
so much, Steve.
Guys, give Angie a follow. She is part of our News 6 morning team. #1 morning team here in Central Florida. We appreciate you guys so much. Always the support. It's all about having a good time, but giving you guys the information.
For sure.
Today's relaxed day, but make sure you get out there and vote tomorrow.
Yes.
Please. Give us a follow at clickorlando.com, News 6 Plus.
Bam, bam, boom.
All of it. Got all my notes here. These are the questions.
He's so professional.
Yeah, I was walking around and I go, give me a question for
And
Angie.
you're such a multitasker.
I'm
like, how do
trying.
you just...
Oh, wait. Breaking question from my mother. Just came in. I just saw
Mama
it here.
Steve.
Does she drink cafecito?
Absolutely. I can't live my life without it.
Yes.
And
so-
your son makes a phenomenal cafecito.
Hey, we
by the
try.
way.
We try. I learned from Ezzy.
Very good.
Ezzy taught me. So,
Very good.
guys, we appreciate you guys. Have a good day. We'll see you.